Blog Talk Radio.
Hello, good day. Hi, this is Irene Ratliff, Salubrious. Salubrious people, hello, good day, Salubrious. This is Irene Ratliff with Street Meat Company. Today is, what's today? Wednesday, July 16th, 2014. I'm not at the computer, so I actually, probably need to go ahead and put on the back of this paper, when I'm doing my thing like that. But anyway, today is Wednesday, July 16th, 2014, Salubrious. My name is Irene Ratliff, Regal Street Meat Company. Street Meat Company is a community organization, and as a new seed in our garden, we are seeking partners and sponsorships such as our community organizations and government entities. I want to say today I decided to go ahead and, because I ain't going to fib to you. I'm like, wow, really? I'm meeting different people here and there. And, when you're starting a nonprofit organization, I understand, we get a few people here, we get a few people there. Most of these organizations, the reason why they charge membership is because they have to find a means to raise money. And when you're actually dealing with big business and organizations, some of that stuff is within. It's not, it's inside. There's people, they're communicating. They see that, there's some good works here and there. And as I stated before, there's a lot of projects that are here and there that you can participate with. And the thing is that I want to participate with there, and I'm looking at different things here and there that is aligned with Street Meat Company. It's not saying that I don't have a general overall interest in the community per se. It's just that maybe I'm walking down the street and I see I can get some loppers and, trim off some trees and clear up the airways so that, there's some clarity so people can, maneuver around here and there when they're riding their bike or when they're walking down the street with their family, okay? So the thing is that, yes, we want to be involved in, small things like that. We do not have to wait for the city. However, we do need to make money, and we need people to participate in, in doing small things like that so we can look at some of the larger things that are of interest, okay? So as I mentioned before, I do have an interest blessings in the horseshoe. And the thing is the horseshoe is over there on Cascade, Cascade and Utoy Springs. Now, I just sit here and I can wait on, the city. Oh, but hold on. With this group of people, we're just the city of Atlanta. Okay, well, here it is. You can go there and talk to these people. And it's, hey, that's a good thing to be able to communicate with another organization that's in the area. Don't get me misunderstood. That's a plus. But the thing is that, you know what, did you know that you're involved, which, hey, there was connections. But that's the thing. Even though that thing was sitting there, it was there. And this is how organizations work. Maybe here it is, you may have a particular interest and something else is overseen. As I stated before, Street Meat Company have 3 interests in terms of cleanup. I would like to pick up things here. Don't get twisted. But it was MARTA, Park and Ride, which is over there on Blessings on Hamilton and March. Then we have Utoy Springs, the Horseshoe, and Cascade. And then, yes, the park, the Fulton County Library. I live in Fulton County, so the thing is that's kind of like what it is. So I do have an area over here. Someone said, well, listen, I want you to go to Ben Hill. I was like, I know that's right, yes. But what I realized is, I explained to you yesterday, someone said, well, what are you doing? Tell me, what have you done? I said, you're right. I need to work on that, right? Yeah. Okay, so that's the thing. We're always trying to improve whatever that thing is so that we can be, ameliorate, I guess, the accesses, the blessings, whether we're rolling down the road or we're walking, you understand where I'm coming from. I'm trying to move some of those things here and there. Well, the thing is I did get clearance on Ledette Enterprises. Yes, Ledette Enterprises, LLC. Now, okay, now we need to go into do some other things. Moving right along from that. So at that point, I'm really excited. I went to Georgia Tech today to their Me Me is manufacturing engineering. You know, I have encouraged men and women along the way, please go to school, get an education. We have to be vital voices in our communities, not only here in the United States, but also beyond the United States, because we do have, I was just looking at our federal trade agreements with the world, and we have, hello, go, matters, okay, and it ain't Geico. Understand that. Here it is. Listen, when it was like this, blessing, what is your us representation? And it was like that. It's like that. It's like that. Oh, look, I said, I know that's right, but honey, I guess there's some things that can be overlooked. Do you understand what happened? Do you understand what's going on? Oh, okay. Well, while everyone else is talking about their beauty, here it is. My stuff has been, I am. You are. You are, I am. You understand? Okay. So we're working on it, right? Okay. So the thing is that I'm blessings. I'm always looking to, you know, hey, to ameliorate our relationships in the community. You know, I'm finding certain words like I said hate. Woo, that seems a little tight. I was talking to someone and I was like, oh, I used a few choice words the other day. I ain't gonna fit to you. I was like, you know, I'm talking to this lady and I was like, well, you know, some of those things for a comedian, it's like it's okay. You know, I'll be getting down on it, chit-chatting up on it. Oh, like, what's that? Anyway, moving right along. Listeners, you can call 646-564-9776. Our website is www.streetmeet.biz and www.meetup.com/streetmeet. Street Meet the Point. We are on air 30 minutes daily we're on the air 30 minutes daily starting at 11:30 p.m. And by the grace of goodness, we are on Blog Talk, and that means I'm able to get on my phone wherever I am. Hey, how you doing? Blessings. That's how I see it. I don't went somewhere else, just like that. Hey, you would know something. What? I was trying to be on my horn, okay? Yay! It's my little platform. Ooh. Anyway, okay, it doesn't matter, honey. I'll be like, what time is it? Okay, 11:30. What a mercy. Street Mingle will be Sunday, August 3rd, 2014 at 2 p.m. at the Southwest Library, and hoping to see you. And Tulips is July 25th, 2014. At Stone Mountain Park. Yes, if you're not there, you know, if you're an RSVP, that's just what it is. I wanted to say I will be getting in contact with one of these ladies. You know, she's talking about, what is she talking about? She's like, bury the ratchet. You know, and she's talking about how black women, you know, I'm like, honey, let me call you. Girl, have you heard of Tulips? You know, they were talking about a high and a low. I'm like, honey, you are just a perfect figure of what I'm talking about. They'll be putting us all blast on the horn like that. Girl, get that woman off that phone talking about us like that. Hey, we just need to get in contact with some folks on that TV station that's sitting there making all that noise and looking at they looking. We're going to get in contact with them and we do Tulips with them. Yes, I know we do need some mannerism, but honey, bury the rest of you is right. And we want to find that and bury that shit that they had going to prison for. You know, you understand what I'm coming from? No, we can't have our black woman on our horns looking like a certain kind of way. No. We're honest people. Okay, while we sit here, we in transition, honey, we can't keep on holding on to these. Well, here it is, it was questionable about the Negro and the black, and here it is, now the Africans, talking about black Africans. Hold up, you know, at first Africans is Africans. Now we have to put a color in front of that. So here it is where these people have been going along with, Africa and Africa. Well, I ain't going to fit you, honey. We have to have a defining word that will be a representation of us around the world. I know there's a lot of Indians that are not Africans, but a lot of Indians are Africans. I understand we have a lot of Asians that are Asians, and a lot of Asians are not Africans, but they're Africans, but they're ethnic. Yeah, I ain't going to tell to you what? By all them pretty words and all them words of empowerment sound like it's just on the other end of the stick. What about the other right end and the other left end of that too? Shut up. Oh, excuse me. Be quiet. Anyway, you know what I mean, right? Okay. All right. There's so many things to do that and went somewhere else. For people who seem like they don't got nothing else to do, idle minds, okay? That's why it's always good to try to get involved with the organization, an organization of, that is there to try to mend our relationships and we be kumbaya, and kumbaya, my Lord, kumbaya. Yes. And then it's so funny. Kumbaya. Ain't that something? It's not kumbaya. I don't know. I may be tripping, but it's, hey, yes. Don't get it twisted. Okay. Lordship is knowledge. Okay, people? Lord means knowledge. All right. Know your politicians. I was asking the lady, do you know your politicians? She was like, no, I'm like, me neither. So I got to get back on that horn. Let me see. I've been called Keisha Bottom. And I ain't going to feel to you. Oh, okay, Mr. Reed. Okay, I need to find out what Mr. Lewis' name is, too. Goodness gracious. Yes, indeed. All right, anyway, thanks for, let me see. Okay, what else? Oh, yes, honey, let me tell you about this. Now, I am a woman of few choice words when it comes down to something that's good. And I am a woman with a lot of few choice words when it's something that needs to be communicated. So anyway, I went to, after I was at the NE, which is mechanical engineering, I went to, at Georgia Tech, because of Georgia Tech. Why? Because they also have supply chain and logistics there too. Yay! But anyway, I went and I rode to the Center of National Human and Civil Rights. Question was, this is the first question. We are in a modern day. There's a lot of things going on that are a violation and breakthroughs when it comes down to human civil rights. Okay, in the modern day and age. And what my issue was, or the first thought that came there was, why didn't they not submit all of Martin Luther King's stuff, or whatever they felt like they wanted to communicate about Martin Luther King? Why didn't they not utilize those things at the King Center? Right now, the King Center need money. You know how many people actually go to the King Center? A lot of people, a lot of youth and everything. Okay, they go to the King Center. I ain't going to feel to you. I just felt like that. Do you understand where I'm coming from? That's all I really have to say about that. All that stuff that was there in relation to Martin Luther King, while we here in Atlanta, Georgia, that's somewhere else. They could have been in Macon. But right here in Atlanta, all of that should have went to Martin Luther King Center. Right now, they're looking for rehabilitation there, here. They're looking for resources right there now, here, and we could go there for free. Do you understand where I'm coming from? So the question would be, why Martin Luther King, we are in Atlanta, Georgia, they could have rehabilitated that area, they could have built up, they could have built, there's some other areas where they could have expanded that. If they felt like they had no material in regards to Martin Luther King, they're at the King Center. It is a national park. They care for it. Here it is, yes, and what, and that's all I have to say. Okay? I encourage people, support the National Human Civil Rights, thing. And then another thing I thought was kind of odd, with the mix. I was just like, okay, we're on Ivan Allen, and then I think that's Park. And I said, Lord, you got the Atlanta Mission. Don't you know that the Atlanta Mission, that's not no joyride. That's a human rights violation, even though we providing services. You have these leaders talking about, we're here to have the basic necessities, food, shelter, and clothing. Well, for real, I guess they got that. But when you look at, here it is, the Atlanta Mission being there, then you got Coca-Cola, then the aquarium, and then you hear this, you have something, this talking about human and civil rights. You know what I mean? Here it is, those, I am a man. I know that's right. Get out. Consider with somewhere else. Oh, the mercy. Wow, people. Okay? Okay. I was just like, okay, just looking at that mix, and then here it is, the youth right there, Coca-Cola, then we had a park. I didn't realize, okay, the park is there. Then I was like, okay, I'll go to the Atlanta Mart. The mix is good. Don't get it twisted. I was just like, okay. Move right along from that. Then, let me see. Okay, that was what's up. All right. Again, thank you for listening to Street Geek Point. Okay, we do value your support and your participation. Everyone is valuable, and your participation to help yourself, family, community, local, state, region, federal, and global community relies on the many people that contribute to it being an effective search. Oh, yeah. Neighborhood Nexus. I went to Neighborhood Nexus before, let me just say that. I went to Neighborhood Nexus, and the reason why it kind of just, the thought went there, is I thought about United Way 211. Well, what happened is that, I'm talking to her, she's giving me all this information. Now, Neighborhood Nexus, looking at the information, it actually is a pool of information that we could find at most of your counties. So what it is that the counties also do research on, mind you, we have this consensus, okay? And so the thing is that even though these things are being funded here and there, they're not really independent researchers. They're already, because you can go on Fulton County, you can go into DeKalb County, and you can find these researchers. So I was like asking her, I said, well, do you have 211? Well, she was trying to explain to me about the NPUP, and so I'm like, well, most of that stuff should be on RT, right? So I'm like, well, listen, can you at all provide the information, blessings, that, in terms of each NPU? And then, like how we have on each NPU, we have our little areas. Well, she really didn't show that. And when I asked her that, she should have been able to say, hey, here it is. When I asked her, are you guys linked up to 211? She was like, oh, 211 provided us the information. Okay, 211 provides you the information. That's grand. Okay, do you have all that stuff listed for the NPUPs or, for NPUs or whatever? And she was like, yeah, well, for those who don't know, NPUs is Neighborhood Planning Unit. Okay. So I was like, okay, well, 211, for their work, they should have, assumed, they should have, I don't know, maybe just a suggestion or something. They should have each one of them kind of broken, in each category in the area of where they're interested, because their only focus really, it seemed like, not on the regional, but just in Atlanta or maybe Fulton or DeKalb County. And that's interesting. I have to look to see if it was for the entire state of Georgia or if it was, I don't even know, what their focus is, to tell you the truth. I wasn't probably paying, I wasn't, maybe I missed over that, But it's like, okay, well, anyway, yes, for those of you who are, yes, it's still a useful tool, especially if you don't want to be looking all over the place. They have it right there. You can do, you can do presentations and things like that. So, yes, it becomes a very successful or useful tool for us to utilize, okay? But, in terms of them improving on what that is, yes, it can be improved. For those who want to say, let's share Neighborhood Nexus. And I was like, I know that's right. Remember, in life, there's always things to modify, okay? Not that, modify. Things to improve, okay? It's just like somebody who gets a straight A. Just because they have a straight A in academics doesn't necessarily mean that they have a straight A when it comes down to doing a project. Even though you can find somebody who can talk a lot, doesn't necessarily mean that they know how to do presentations. So this is why being with other people, it matters. And I wanted to say that I was writing the letters for board of directors because for some reason, they, for some reason, there's some assumption, most board members, you do not get paid to be a board member. But if you know that I'm out here and I'm communicating, you know that I'm on the phone and I'm talking about community organization, which I told you that I'm talking about community affairs and ecosystems, which is true, right? This is the interest and this is the mission for me to go out and actually involve myself in certain relationships with other people that also are aligned with community affairs. But I tell you the goodness truth, for me to be talking, going to these meetings and listening to other people talk, when I'm going to talk to people and go to these meetings and say, hey, this is how we can make some, we need job creations here. We need people to invest here. And I'm like, come on now. And I'm like, yeah, I ain't going to fit you. I got an issue with that. Why? Because here it is, they become so used to going to meetings where, you know, they want to find out what the people are doing, whereas Street Me Company, our interest is just that. We're interested in community affairs. Yes, there are particular projects that we also are interested in, and yes, we're interested in creating employment. So I'm really interested in West End area because of all the warehouses, and I'm like, yay! So I'm excited about that. True amelioration, baby. All right. Thanks again. Good night, Sonya Brias. Please visit our website at www.streetmeet.biz, B-I-Z, and our Connect partner, www.meetup.com/streetmeet, TTYL people and persons.